Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the end of the year favorites and most disappointing products. This is going to be the worst of 2016. I have some products that came to mind just like that. I didn't have to think about it. Just things that really missed the mark. So if these are products that you love, everybody's different, which is the beauty of makeup. But I'm going to tell you about the products that really didn't work for me and why I didn't like them. So if you're interested in seeing the worst products of the year, then please keep watching. The first product I want to talk about is something that I know a lot of people love, but I had to mention it because it really did not work for me. I tried it a few times and my skin, I had a terrible skin day. And it is the Milani, what is this called? Conceal and Perfect. I bought it in 2 shades. I tried this, you guys. I hated this foundation. It made my pores look big. It broke up. It oxidized. I felt like I had a layer on my face. And I am a full coverage girl. This did not work for me. I know Tati swears by it. A lot of other gurus really love it. This is so bad on my skin. So it just really shows you that everybody has different skin issues. But this is the worst for me. Like, I'm going to trash this afterwards because I literally cannot use it. It just does not work on my skin. I don't know why. It just accentuated texture. It looked cakey. It broke up. And my biggest pet peeve is if it makes my pores look big and if it breaks up. So after a couple hours, if it starts sliding and breaking up, I hate that. This just does not work for me. I know a lot of people love it, but if I had to go through and really talk about things that were the worst, I mean that I literally cannot use this. This has got to be one of the worst, unfortunately. I do love a lot of Milani products, but this one missed the mark for me in a big way. So next thing that really disappointed me in 2016 is 2 Kylie lipsticks in particular. I am not fussy. I am not picky. I really like a lipstick for the color, and I mean, I'm really just not really picky. I'm not like, oh, it's drying. I understand that matte lips are going to be dry, but these 2 in particular, this is Spice and Dirty Peach. I went to wear these for tutorials that I was filming, and Spice was so streaky. It was like, in some areas it was thin and then it would be clumpy. I could not get an even application for Spice, and I was like really shocked because I do have probably 10 or 15 colors from Kylie's range, and this was the first one that really I noticed right away that I do not like it. And then also I tried Dirty Peach, and I feel like I've worn Dirty Peach once before. When I put it on to do my final shots, this was a tutorial that I ended up scrapping, but it created that ring immediately, and I'm talking within like 2 minutes, and then it clumped up, and when I rubbed my lips together, it was like clumping off. It was a hot mess, let's just say that. So I do love a lot of the Kylie products, and I buy them all. I'm not on the PR, but these are not good. I don't even see a way of me being able to wear these, and if I can't even wear them for 5-10 minutes of a tutorial, that's a bad sign. So these 2 were a no-go for me. The next product I have mentioned previously, but I had to mention it again, Makeup Geek single pan highlighters. I don't like them. They are chalky, they are powdery, they are not glowy enough. I was really disappointed, and upon speaking with other influencers in private, which I'm not going to say who, but multiple influencers were also concurring with that. So just not the best. I am affiliated with Makeup Geek, but I have to be honest, I don't like these. And no matter if I have a code or I'm affiliated, I don't like these. I'm not going to use them. When I swatch them, they're very powdery, and I'm not seeing much of a highlight. I just don't know how to describe it. I don't think these are worth the money. I believe they are $20 each, which is, you know, it's a good amount for a highlighter, for one highlighter. And I just think there's so many other options, like I've said previously, Anastasia, Makeup Forever, Artist Couture, and I just think these missed the mark very hugely. So I would definitely not recommend these. These were probably one of the most disappointing products of the year for me. So the next thing that I purchased, I was really excited about. A lot of you were asking me to purchase this item. These are actually brushes. This is not a makeup item, but these are the Unicorn Lashes Unicorn brushes. Okay, so I got the set, which I don't know where all of them are because they're in a big IKEA drawer full of brushes. I tried these on a few occasions, and I could not get these to blend. These are the worst blending brushes I've ever tried. And I'm talking like e.l.f. blows these out of the water. Wet n Wild is better than these. I mean, I literally have never had such a hard time blending until I tried to blend with these. specifically like the eyeshadow, I was like, what is happening? It was like a 2-year-old was like doing my eyeshadow. And another thing is, I don't know if you can see, this bends. Like, I feel like these are gonna snap. They're just too thin. I mean, even on the bigger ones, they bend. Yes, they're pretty. So here's my thought about these. If you're looking to actually use these, absolutely do not buy these. If you're looking to have some cute brushes to sit on your vanity, sure, these are really cute. But I believe there was like 10 brushes. I don't like them, any of them. I've only tried maybe 5 and I was like, screw this. So these are just not good. So I'm sorry to say, I was excited about how pretty these were, but if you're actually looking to use them, it's not gonna happen. Next product, I'm really kind of bummed out to say this, but this Urban Decay, this is the Full Spectrum palette. Disappointing product for me. I use this in my husband does my voiceover tag, and I noticed that I was having issues blending. Granted, I'm not the best makeup, like I'm not a makeup artist. I just love makeup. So there's times when I'm like, wow, girl, you need to brush up on your skills. Like I'm like, what, like I just can't get it to go. I don't know if I'm having a bad day, I'm being lazy, whatever. But I did notice when I used this a few times and I was like, they felt very sheer. I felt like I was having some, like I was working really hard to try to blend them. They kind of were blending all together. It just wasn't a good look. This is what the inside of the palette looks like. And yes, beautiful colors. I was absolutely disappointed with this. They did send this to me. This was the first product I think from Urban Decay that I was really, like eyeshadow wise, that I was like, whoa. It just wasn't pigmented. I know there was a Kat Von D palette and I'm really sad that I missed it. I forget what it was called. Like, I don't know what, I can't remember what it's called, but she had a very, like, it was like a wheel, a colorful wheel, and then it had some neutrals in the center, and I know people were raving about that, and I wish I would have picked that up. And there's some Morphe palettes I have that are really great as far as bright neon colors, but this one, it was just sheer. It didn't blend well. It was just a miss for me, and I was kind of shocked by that. I do believe it's on sale now on Sephora, and I think there's probably a reason for that. I just don't think it lived up to the hype, so unfortunately I had to mention it because it was one of those products that I just couldn't get to work. Moving on to a product that had a lot of controversy. I was unsure in the beginning, and now I am like kind of grossed out by the situation. This is, I'm talking about the glitter injections. This is all shadows, but these glitter injections, pressed glitters right here. There was a big controversy about the formula not being stable and bacteria growing, mold growing. Basically, it like was too wet and there wasn't like some sort of alcohol or something to keep it sanitary, which I don't create makeup, so I don't know. But basically people were finding mold, and I noticed I had purchased maybe 15 colors, and then she actually sent me some as well. This was like a while back, and I used them in a couple tutorials and I really loved them. And then when I was seeing all this stuff, I was like, what's going on? So I went up and checked, and like 3 of my colors, specifically the lighter colors, had almost like an oil film around it, and it did look, I don't know if it was mold, it looked gross. It looked like not safe for the eyes. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit them aside, I'm not gonna touch them, and I'm just gonna let them sit. So I threw the rest of them away, but I found these, which I was like, okay, good, for the worst of 2016, because I threw the other ones away. These stink, okay? Like when they've been sitting for probably 8 months to a year. I opened this up, these smell like Play-Doh, like nasty. So it kind of confirms something is off with the formula. Usually like makeup doesn't stink like that. Maybe like a lip gloss that's like years old, but they stink. There was a weird oil around them. There was like people saying there was mold in them. So the whole issue is, yes, pressed glitters are great, but they are unsanitary and not safe for the eyes. And with all of the issues with the smelly and the oil and everything, I don't feel comfortable wearing them. It just kind of grosses me out, to be honest, at this point. So there's some other brands that have good stuff, which would be Glitter Eyes, or also Pinky Rose, which I just talked about. There's other brands that have safer pressed glitters, because I know it's very convenient, but definitely I think just really controversial and just not a good look for the brand. So glitter injections, as pretty as they are, and you know, me being a makeup lover, I'm like, can I use them? But no, it's not worth getting, you know, something in your eye or something weird. So I'm gonna say these are disappointing for sure. This next product was something that I was excited to try and quickly realized that I do not like this. This is the Anastasia Stick Foundation. I got the highlighting one, which I think it was Banana, the Contour Mink, and then also a couple shades. And I did buy it from Anastasia.com, so I can't return it. These accentuated my pores, broke up. That was the worst part, is it broke up. And I'm talking after like 2 hours. I mean, like sliding and breaking up. God awful on my skin. I know I've seen a couple other gurus talking about this and the most disappointing. These are not, I don't like this at all. I just think that they really, really missed it on this one. And I know foundations can be pretty difficult to do, but absolutely do not like this. Just didn't work for my skin. So I had to mention this because it was something that, you know, it's kind of expensive, and Anastasia usually does great stuff, but this was definitely not a good one. This next product was something that I personally bought. I am on ColourPop's PR, but sometimes I don't get all of the packages, even more so recently. So I bought these. These are some of their highlighters, but these were supposed to be the duochrome highlighters. So like the pink shift kind of highlighters, sort of like the Anastasia Moonchild palette. So I thought, okay, they're a little bit more sheer, but they're supposed to have like a reflect. So I'm going to swatch them for you. I'm disappointed in these. These are very, very, very sheer, almost to the point of like, what is the point of these? I bought, I think, 5 colors, and I have not reached for them once I tried them. I just think that they did not hit it out of the park on this one. I almost feel like, again, it's like powdery or chalky. Even though it feels soft, I just didn't get the luminescence that I wanted. I felt like it was just kind of weird texture. And color-wise, I didn't feel like it was making me glow. And for me, a highlighter is supposed to make you really, really glow. So definitely thought these were disappointing. So if you're on the fence, ColourPop has great highlighters, but these are just not the ones that I would suggest to you. Okay, the last thing I have to mention, because this product is a no-go for me. This is a Morphe sponge. So they came out with 2. They came out with the red one, which I did like, and I've mentioned before. The red one sort of reminds me of the Real Techniques brush / beauty blender. I mean, it works well enough. What the hell is this? I'm trying to figure out how you would use this. You know, why is there a dip in the middle? It's just awkward. I mean, how you would end up using like maybe the end of it to do your foundation. It's weird because I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's just, you know, oh, it's a cute shape. Okay, but that's not functional. So for me, absolutely like pointless. I tried this once and I was like, what the F am I doing with my life? So definitely this is not a good one. If you're looking for an affordable option, I would say the Real Techniques one. Or you could also do the Morphe red sponge, which I think is great. But this one, I don't really know what the whole point was, but I think it was definitely not a good idea. Alright guys, so that is it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing about some disappointing products from the year. These are the things that just came off the top of my head. I knew they didn't work for me. So hopefully I saved you some money. And if you were thinking about buying any of these products, I would say absolutely skip them. There's so many other products that are gorgeous and perform a lot better. So hopefully I saved you guys a little bit of cash. And let me know down below what were your disappointing products of the year. Just see if we kind of are on the same page, or there's some things that maybe aren't working for me and I was like, I'm not the only one. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and comment any other videos that you want to see in the new year. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.